Alright guys, Rxllout here and welcome back to a quick easy video tutorial sort of thing. Now this time we're just going to be going over the frequencies, kind of where I have frequencies, how to kind of control and limit some frequencies, where to put them and blah 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 blah. Excuse me. So that's going to, hopefully a lot of people will learn from this. A lot of reviews I've been doing, a lot of people have frequencies kind of all over the place and too loud and too much in the mix, and it kind of ruins the beat. So we're going to be going over that today. So first thing, we have the low end, so bass, lower chords, stuff like that. We have the mid range, and we have the higher mid range. Again, sometimes with compressors you won't have this, but I just like to bring in some of those frequencies here. And we have the high end here, which is your like hi-hats, maybe the LA snare, the kind of things that are going to go in the higher range. Again, we can move these across as well, it's fine. But for the most part, yeah, we'll be mid, low, mid and high, kind of in that range. So if we solo the low end here, just the low end, and we can hear that it sounds good. Now the limiter will limit how much volume that it will peak at. So if we bring it down to, like, let's say here or here, it won't go over what it's limited at. But if you have a like negative or just even zero is fine for the low end, I feel. If you're wanting a more professional sound, or not professional but more kind of artist friendly sound, you can bring it down to like -0.1, but I'll just have it 0 for now. And the compression, basically we bring the compression all the way down, we can't hear it. We bring it up, it kind of squashes the sound, it compresses it down, so it's not too kind of hectic and, you know, wild in the mix. And again, if we do the same with the high mid-range here, we completely compress it, it's barely audible. So you bring it up to about, just so it's compressing a little bit, so it isn't so it's basically bringing down all those kind of sounds that like spray out and are a bit too much. And we basically adjust the compression to the point where it doesn't have loads of those sounds flying everywhere, and we can see the active compression here. So it's basically limiting it to -0.1, so it doesn't go above that. Again, same with here. If we wanted the 808s to be only not peak over -0.1, we would do the same and bring the compression down to kind of, you know, squeeze it in a bit. I hope you're understanding and following along. For now, this limiter to ratio, that's something for another video. It's a bit too complicated. I'm trying to keep it simple right now. But if we again compress here, again it's a bit erratic. We hear a lot of frequencies here. So yeah, we just compress it a bit. So this one. This thing, so this. There we go. What? Oh. Can't be stupid. It's on, it's on, it's all on. So why isn't this being soloed? Please answer me. I have absolutely no idea why that is thingy. Oh, it's because I'm doing it in the wrong one. It's over here. I'm being an idiot. So it's here that the compression is. So apologies for that. It was my bad. So we just compress it a little bit and bring out some of that top end, so it kind of all gets glued together almost. Yeah, it's being compressed, then we turn it off, and then we go into the high end again. Don't want to compress it too much, because if we uncompress it, we can kind of hear, it's a bit erratic, but again, it's not that bad. So we can turn it down slightly, just so that, so now if we turn everything back on, Now, as opposed to without it. And then with it. So there's a definite increase in quality and sound and just the professional sound of it. And that's just from compressing and limiting some segments. We only need that -0.1. The -0.1 is fine to limit it at. You can even bring the 808 or the low ends up. So you don't get compressed as much. And again, with the global gain, if you listen to the gain, we can bring it up to very high amounts, but that will basically gain everything with adaptive release. Now, if you don't know what that means, join the club. So that's a way to compress each frequency, but that won't do much if our sounds themselves aren't EQ'd to a point where they all work. So we're going to turn off everything just now. Now, if we listen to some of the melodies here. Now, we'll go over this quickly. So this, I've EQ'd out a lot of it. If we play it like this, let's say we bring these vocals down to the same kind of frequency range that that's at. We'll go to EQ drill vocals. And then we'll bring this, like I said, down in octave, so it's more. We'll even bring it down one more octave. So here these two are kind of getting mashed together. Now if they're getting mashed together like this, see how they kind of almost sound like one and they're kind of like muddily fighting for each other. Like I said, the best thing to do with this is just put it up an octave or two. If we bring this back to normal without any EQ on these, so again, none of these are EQ'd, we'll turn both of them off. And we listened to it before, we'll put it back. And we'll see how it just sounds kind of messy. So we'll bring this octave up one. I did mean to keep the gross beat on this. EQ, that's it. So already we're seeing a bit of an improvement with these frequencies kind of not meshing together a bit more. And then if we bring up another octave again, they're no longer fighting. So there's no longer that that fighting for space. And to fix this even more, well, listen to this one. This one is obviously at a higher octave, so we'll put the EQ on it. So we now have this frequency here. Now this is an entire frequency range that this audio is basically occupying. And if we have the piano also occupying that space, it's going to clash. Not too much if it's in different octaves, but there will be frequencies clashing. So to fix that, now these both frequencies are completely separated. And that's kind of how we make a nice clean, sharp sound. No overlapping, no problems. One's in a higher octave, one's in a lower octave. And yeah, everything works better. And that's simply due to some EQ, some frequency management, so we've not got things in the same octave. And yeah, some compression. It just works kind of not to separate the frequencies, but to bring down some of the volume in the frequencies so they're not too abrasive or loud. So again, that just makes for perfect listening because there's not too much in one space, vice versa. And you do that with a lot of the sounds. You don't have to do every one. Just do it to your preference and how you like it. But make sure that there aren't too much frequencies in the same frequency range, or there will be problems. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully that helped some of you out. It was certainly a game changer when I found it out. So again, you don't need to use dynamics like this. We can use things like Multiband Compressor here. Does the same thing. We just we'll turn this off. We just mute each band again, play it, and we'll bring up the compression so that it is nicely compressed, basically. And we do this just by bringing up the ratio. So if we mute the other bands, and just a little bit of compression here and there is completely fine. Again, with the third one, just the same thing. Maybe hard to kind of hear it, but the clarity and the quality will definitely be there. Again, we'll play it with the ozone on, and I will end the video there. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and if you want to make beats like these, my drum kits are available. We have Execute, Enhance, and Conquer for UK drill. The rest are kind of just basic overall for production. But if you want UK drill, Conquer, Enhance, and Execute. Anyway, oh yeah, precision as well. But take care guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one I do. Peace.